I had to learn how to crochet all over again from complete beginner all the way up to expert, this is exactly what I would do. Hello, my name is Tyra the Stitcher and I crochet literally whatever I want. In this video, I will illustrate exactly how I would learn how to crochet with complete steps, timelines, and tips. For step 1, I would find one solid beginner video that will allow me to create an entire project. I would highly suggest that you do a project that involves crocheting in the round, or in other words, you're crocheting in a circle, because that teaches you basic structure skills and also teaches you increases and decreases. And if you don't know what those are, that's okay, you'll eventually understand them. But those projects include amigurumi, which is crochet stuffed animals, ski masks, and hats. If you're interested in creating amigurumi, I would recommend watching videos by Hooked by Robin because she has some really good amigurumi beginner videos, and I actually used it to create my very first project. This was actually my first ever project. It's missing an eye. Oh wait, okay. That's too big, but you get the gist. Okay, let me just take it out. And I used a pattern by Hooked by Robin. Just from watching her tutorial, I was able to make this. And this doesn't really look like a beginner project, but that's how good her video was. So you don't have to start there. You can start smaller if you want. If you're interested in making ski masks, you can watch my tutorial that I have on my YouTube channel that is catered towards beginners. And I'm also going to be creating more beginner friendly hat and ski mask videos. Next step would be to watch the entire video without crocheting, because a lot of the time frustration and confusion comes from surprises. But if you watch the entire video, then you'll be able to understand what materials you need to use, what techniques you're going to be doing, and you get an overall understanding of the steps. Now, I'm not just gonna watch it just to look at the hand movements and see them build up the project. While I watch it, I'm actually gonna quiz myself and ask things like, okay, where is the next stitch? Where are they gonna put the hook next? And how many times are they gonna do it? And also ask myself, why are they doing that? Why are they doing this one time or this twice or 3 times? What is the purpose? And sometimes you can't answer these questions, but it's good to just ask them, because you're building an understanding and you're prepping yourself for when you actually start crocheting, so it lessens the chance of you getting overwhelmed. For the materials, they should tell you exactly what to use in the video, and I would suggest following that. So they'll tell you the hook size, the type of yarn that you need to use, and whatever tools that you need. So I would follow that. I would suggest that the best projects to start are the ones that involved using chunky yarn, because I think chunky yarn makes it easier to see the stitches, and I still mostly use chunky yarn to this day because I just love it so much. There are no perfect yarns, however, there are some yarns that I would stay away from as a beginner. And that's because either these yarns make it hard for you to see the stitches, or makes it harder for you to use them. Those yarns include black or very dark yarn, furry or novelty yarn, chenille yarn, super thin yarn, or super bulky yarn. The yarn that I usually use is Wool Ease Thick and Quick. It's a chunky yarn, and I would suggest using either category 5 or category 6 yarn to start with, because it's a lot easier to see the stitches. If you're looking for a hassle-free way of learning to crochet without having to understand what type of materials to get, what video to look at, and where to go, I actually have beginner-friendly crochet kits that are catered towards people who don't know how to crochet at all. The kit comes with literally everything that you need to make, and it will teach you how to make your first ever hat. The kits are called Toppies by Tyra, and they teach you how to make your first ever hat. It comes with everything that you need, so you don't have to worry about purchasing, going to Michael's, getting the right thing. I have different designs that are catered to whatever style that you want. So these kits have also been tested by people who did not know how to crochet at all and were able to still crochet their hats. So if you're interested, These kits are available on pre-order. You could go to a link in my description to purchase them. And I hope that you like them just as much as I do. After that, step 3 is to actually start crocheting. And when you start crocheting, you follow the video, but make sure that you are patient with yourself. You're probably gonna have to start over a couple of times. You're probably gonna have to start over some rows. You might have some tension issues, but that's okay. I literally did the same thing. This was kind of hard for me to do, but I was still able to do it. Now, one of the tips I would suggest is while you're doing this, use stitch markers. Stitch markers are a great learning tool and they should not be looked at as training wheels. In your beginner videos, they should introduce the use of stitch markers, but essentially they are a way to mark a stitch, and it's usually used to mark the first stitch of each row. You could also use it to mark where you need to place decreases, where you need to place increases, or you could even buy a whole bunch and place it in each stitch if you find that helpful for you. I even placed my stitch markers where each decrease should go because that was super confusing for me. For step 4, I would take the next month to just crochet whatever I want. I would find different beginner videos and follow them. I would make different amigurumis, I would make ski masks, hats, just so that I could get more accustomed with crocheting and build up a muscle memory for doing stitches, figuring out where the next stitch is, how to hold the piece, how to hold the hook, and just getting overall comfortable with it. And just building up a muscle memory of crocheting. For step 5, I would then transition from watching videos to reading written patterns. The videos teach movements and best practices, but reading patterns teaches you thinking. This is where I would learn abbreviations, structure, and overall independence. You could find many free patterns on blogs or even Instagram posts by just searching, or you could even buy some patterns. I have my own patterns on my Etsy and my website if you would like to check it out for different beginner ski masks that I have. For step 6, I would increase my complexity. I will start to introduce different stitches like the lemon peel stitch or any other stitches that you see, trying out different textures like front post and back post stitch, or working in the back loop and the front loop, changing colors, or even working a lot bigger or even smaller. For step 7, I would try to shift from just following to understanding. Instead of just following exactly what I see on patterns and videos, I would actively ask myself questions like, why did they do that? Or how would I make this bigger? How would I make it smaller? What does that technique look like? Or if I was to do it, how would I do it differently? Why did they do it that way? And what did that achieve? What was the purpose of them doing the stitch there, or doing that increase there, or that decrease there? For example, if I see a video of someone creating a ruffle hat, I would look at it and be like, oh, that kind of looks like lettuce. And then I would use that technique to create my own burger pattern. So making connections between what you see and what you want to create. Also, whenever I see something that I don't know how to do, I would watch that tutorial on how they did it. If it's the whole project, then it's the whole project. If it's a specific technique, then get that pattern or watch that video just for that specific technique so that you can learn and expand your knowledge. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. For step 8, I would start designing my own patterns. Whether I write them down or I just do my own thing, I will try to combine the different techniques that I have learned to create my own pattern. It's all about being a sponge and thinking outside of the box, and don't be afraid to do different things. There's no wrong way to crochet. And also, you won't get to a point where you know everything. Even though I feel like I've made a lot of complex projects, I feel like I still don't know everything in crochet. I still haven't tried the Tunisian stitch and other stuff that I don't even know about. It's about being willing to learn different things and expand your knowledge. So that's why I love crochet so much, and that's why I fell in love with it, and I hope that you fell in love with it as well. I really hope that you find this video helpful and you could take these steps, whether you're already in the beginning of the journey. You could start at step 5 and go from there. You could start from the complete beginning all the way up until step 8. I just hope that this really helps you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. See ya.